So I'm going to have to pack up and get out of here just in case it rises anymore and I won't be able to get out then.
An avid outdoorsman known for his bushcraft skills and experience surviving in the wild. But this particular adventure pushed him further than he expected. He headed out to camp near a detention center with a disturbing history. Before it became what it is now, it was once a prison. And according to local stories, 2 inmates escaped and were never found, with remains later discovered somewhere in the surrounding woods.
I got a bit of a strange one for you today. I'm at the Dungavel Detention Centre, which has had some history around it. Basically, it didn't used to be a detention centre, it used to be a prison. I think it was 2002 it changed to a detention centre. And in 1962, 2 inmates escaped, fled into the woods. There's a big woodland here, and didn't find them. Thought they'd got away. A month later, they found their remains in some water tanks that are somewhere up here. I've done a bit of research, I'm hoping to find them, and I'm going to camp in the woods there, because apparently there's been all sorts of rumours and stories about ghosts and noises and just weird goings on. So I'm going to go find out about it. I don't believe in ghosts, just to clarify. Never seen one, never felt a presence. So this will be a bit different to your other ghost hunting ones. So it'll be interesting. See how we go. Oh, this is going to be fun. According to my compass, we're supposed to be heading straight east. So, well, we'll listen and compass reading. Turn the arrow so that it's at the east, and then when we line up the north with the north needle, we're heading east. So, rumour has, well, according to my map, we're supposed to walk through the woods for about 500 metres, and then you come to a clearing, and then hopefully I'll find them.
The area has since gained a reputation for disturbing noises and unexplained sightings, but not being a believer in the paranormal. He decided to test himself by camping there alone overnight. Using his compass, he navigated toward a specific spot he had in mind, hiking deeper into the woods as an uneasy feeling began to wash over him long before the sun had even set. It was subtle at first, but enough to make him feel unsettled in a place he would normally feel comfortable.
It's now officially completely dark. I'm trying to find a spot to camp in the woods here, and it's just pitch black in here. So, gonna hunt around a bit, just find a bit of level ground. I'm not gonna be too fussy, and get a fire going. So, that should work for the fire. Yeah, fire fixes everything. Got my tarp set up, got my fire going. Time to spend the night in the spooky woods. So far, nothing creepy. It's just a lovely woodland. I got myself some salami, or burgwurst is what it's called. But it's basically salami, and I got a nice sirloin steak, so I'm gonna cook them up.
As darkness settled in, he gathered wood and built a fire, trying to ground himself in the routine he knew so well. The crackling flames lit up the trees around him, but the calm didn't last long.
I actually just heard something there. Did you? I'm gonna check the recording. I need to see if I recorded that.
Strange noises began echoing through the woods, sounds that didn't resemble anything clearly human or animal, rising above the crackle of the fire and cutting through the night air. He reviewed the footage and was convinced it wasn't wildlife, but in that moment, he had no idea what was surrounding him.
Just check the recording, and you can hear it. I don't even know what, like, I actually recorded something, and I heard something, and it wasn't like birds or a deer. I don't know what the hell it was. And I actually heard something, and I don't know what the hell to do, because I basically came out here to sort of joke at ghost hunters. This was going to be like, come out here, camp in haunted woods, and prove that there's nothing going on. I'm freaking crapping myself now. Actually crapping myself, and I don't even know. I heard the noise again. I've packed up my bags. I'm getting the heck out of here. I'm not messing about with this stuff. Yeah, I'm just gonna get out of here. It's gonna be a bugger because I gotta climb through them woods again. But obviously not very welcome here, and I'm okay with that. I think it's time to go. So yeah, let's go. I'm just hoping to catch it again on film, but to be honest, at this point I don't really care about even filming things. So yeah, I'm just gonna get out of here. I'll try and film.
The second time was enough. He immediately began packing up, deciding whatever was out there didn't want him staying any longer. With trembling hands and a racing heart, he moved through the woods in complete darkness, trying to retrace his steps. But the situation only worsened when his compass began malfunctioning, spinning and throwing him off course, increasing the very real risk of getting lost.
What the hell? I'm not spending the night in here. Compass isn't working. I'm just gonna have to follow like instincts. There are planes flying. I'm gonna try and use them to navigate. This is messed up, man. This is actually messed up. It's that fucking noise again. I don't even know where the hell I'm going. I'm just gonna get the fuck out of here.
Oh. As if that wasn't enough, the same unsettling noise seemed to follow him through the trees. The footage suddenly cuts, capturing the severity of the moment without needing to show more. For someone as experienced as him to be that shaken says everything about how intense the situation truly felt. An outdoorsman, known for pushing himself in extreme conditions, often camping in heavy rain and unpredictable weather. usually embracing the challenge rather than avoiding it. The harsher the elements, the more determined he becomes. This time, with rain forecasted, he headed out as he normally would, expecting just another demanding but manageable camp.
I think I found another perfect location. I'm going to go for the basher off this tree across the tree you're hanging off. Nice and flat in the middle. We're right by the river, so that'll help sleep. It's a bit windy. It's due to rain, which is why I'm here. I think this is a good location. Let's get set up. We're right on cue. Here comes the drizzle of rain. My favourite aspect of wild camping. Well, that and a brew. Maybe a brew in the rain, even better.
He hiked deep into the woods as the wind began to pick up and rain started falling steadily, setting up camp and preparing food as part of his usual routine. The afternoon passed peacefully enough, but once darkness arrived, the situation escalated quickly.
So it's 12:30 and it looks like the river is starting to rise just a little bit. So I'm going to have to pack up and get out of here just in case it rises anymore and I won't be able to get out then. So, better safe than sorry. To show you what I mean. It's risen a couple of inches. And it's only 12:30, so if there's another, 8 hours of rain maybe. It might be a lot further, a lot higher, so I'm going to pack up and get out here. See you in a bit.
The rain intensified, wind battered his shelter, and conditions began shifting from uncomfortable to dangerous. Around midnight, the river beside his camp began rising at an alarming speed, forcing him to weigh his options carefully, deciding whether to stay put or pack everything up in worsening weather.
Well, that was crazy. That was unbelievable. I had to swim. I had to wrap me basher around my bag and swim across the river. The time is now 4 o'clock in the morning. And when I got across the river, I had to swim across a field as well, which is absolutely crazy.
Hours later, the danger became undeniable as the river flooded, the banks breaking and water surging through his campsite, causing him to lose some of his gear and even damaging his phone. The footage stopped shortly after, but the lesson was clear. Ignoring the warning signs of nature nearly cost him far more than equipment. Jen and Will travel full-time with their dog Tucker, living life on the road in their RV and documenting their journey across the United States. Their new chapter began with a major move from Florida to California, chasing a fresh start and a new adventure. The day began under dull skies, and the emotional weight of leaving family behind lingered in the background as they set off. They found a campground to rest for the night, and despite the bittersweet start, everything seemed to be going smoothly. The next morning, they packed up and decided to explore downtown New Orleans, parking their car and heading out to take in the city. It was supposed to be a normal travel day, just another stop on their journey. But when they returned to their vehicle, everything changed.
Yeah, we just called the police for it. It's kind of stuff. Well, no, I mean, I had some other tools. Nothing really that major. More, it would have just been like a pain in the butt. But they didn't take any of that. So, truthfully, it was stuff like, you know, toe straps and that light dad got me.
They took all that?
No, I'm saying all that stuff, it's not worth value.
Yeah.
But it would have been a pain in the butt to go and get all that stuff again.
I know.
You know?
Okay, let's leave.
Hold on to that. And then, like, I got Jim, they probably thought it was mine. I got Jim's Valentine's Day card and they just ripped it to shreds.
So,
Well, New Orleans put a little damper on our trip. So we truthfully didn't feel the most comfortable in New Orleans, being completely honest. We were kind of like, hey, it's St. Patrick's Day weekend and maybe people are just being a little crazy. We didn't know if we'd ever really come back, to be honest. And then we came out to the car and I'm like, Jen, why'd you leave the window down? And she's like, I didn't leave the window down. And I'm like, get closer, and I'm like, somebody busted out our window. So,
and we didn't really have anything of value sitting out.
no.
On the way, like, out of New Orleans, like, when we were walking, we even said, like, I don't know if I want to come back here again.
Yeah.
And it's, like, hard because it might just be because it's St. Patrick's Day weekend, but it just didn't feel like a safe area. Didn't feel like somewhere I wanted to be. I can tell you one thing, if I had kids, I would not go there.
Correct.
I'm so glad we didn't bring Tucker, because I wouldn't.
We were considering
I would have
him.
just not walked around. When I got there and saw the way it was, I wouldn't have walked around with Tucker there. Truthfully, I don't even feel safe at this Lowe's right now. So where the RV park is feels a lot better. It's like 45 minutes away, so we're just gonna try to get this done and get out of here. So
Yep.
I think this just scarred me from the city, to be honest with you.
Right.
The windows had been smashed, glass scattered, and it was immediately clear someone had broken in and taken some of their belongings. What had started as an exciting new beginning now felt unstable and uncertain. After contacting the police and trying to process what had happened, they admitted they no longer felt safe in the area. With their journey already off to an emotional start, this incident only intensified their doubts and left them questioning the direction of their adventure. Two friends returned to the woods where they had previously built a small fort, planning to take photos and relive a familiar adventure. But this visit quickly took a different turn.
We just saw someone. God, I'm gonna have to shower when I get home. There's so much weeds. That's my fort right over there. That's my fort over there. And for you guys that are wondering why I'm not continuing the fort series, this is why. This is why. Look, you can see him. You see that guy right there in the middle of the screen? There's someone out here in the middle of these woods with us. Someone's watching us, dude. We're in the middle of nowhere and there's some guy like watching us. Here we are, in the woods here. Whoa. Okay, here's the fort, guys.
As they approached their fort, they noticed someone moving between the trees. It wasn't just another casual hiker passing through. Something about the man's slow pacing and lingering presence felt off, as though he was watching them rather than simply walking by. When they reached their fort, they discovered it had been destroyed. At first, they considered the nearby creek as the cause, but the more they looked around, the less that explanation made sense.
Here's the fort. Where's the sticks? Every single log that was here is gone. And to prove that this was my fort, you guys can see the blue string. This was my fort. This was my fort. Where did the sticks go? Where did that go? I mean, there must have had to been some insane water coming through here if that's gone, because here's my knife holder. My knife holder's still there. I put a slit in this log right here. That's my knife holder. Let's see over the creek. But that's what I'm saying. How could this little creek over here flood this entire place out? There's no way that creek could flood this entire place out, because literally look, my fort's gone. The flood did not take our logs away. There's another fort builder back here. I don't know who it is, but if you guys saw my video, I don't know if I put this on video. This ladder right here, this ladder, I pit by my fort, way over there. So I don't know if the flood washed it over here. They made it sit right there. No, I'm just kidding. It's obviously clear that someone took it.
As they searched the area, they discovered another fort not far away, leading them to question whether someone had dismantled theirs and rebuilt something of their own. The presence of the man nearby only added to the tension. The footage eventually stops, but the unease remained. Whether he was harmless or not, the feeling of being observed in the woods stayed with them. Months later, they returned, and this time the situation escalated to the point where they were forced to run for their lives. Camping once again in the same woods, this time with friends, they tried to settle in as usual, building a fire and attempting to enjoy the night. Then one of them noticed something in the distance. A clown standing among the trees. Back in 2016, clown sightings were spreading everywhere, but seeing one in real life, deep in the woods where they had already experienced unsettling encounters, sent panic through the group.
We're here, and it's starting to go out here, but we're getting ready to go home because I have to do a little bit of homework tonight. But after the homework, I'm probably going to start editing some videos because I have a lot. What? What? What?
No way.
What? Oh, what?
Dude, he's coming.
What the? Dude. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, shit.
Without hesitation, they ran, sprinting for nearly 15 minutes until they finally reached their cars. Watching the footage later, viewers were left questioning whether someone had been deliberately targeting them or whether those woods were hiding something far darker than they initially believed. Nature can be peaceful, but it can also turn without warning. Whether it's something in the trees, rising water in the dark, or someone watching from a distance, being alone outdoors changes everything. If you enjoyed, be sure to like and subscribe for more. Until next time, stay aware out there.